besties, welcome and or welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to be filming this video for you guys. I'm going to be doing another weekend in my life. I did this format a couple of weeks ago and I just really like it because my weeks consist pretty much of the same thing of working my 9 to 5, and so weekends are where I really get to go out and do more fun things, and so I'm gonna bring you guys along for that. This weekend we typically go snowboarding, but we're not this weekend, so it's going to be a more chill, bookish weekend in my life, and I'm very excited about it. I need to honestly just like sleep and read. I haven't been able to really dive into those two activities as of recently, and so I'm very excited about it. I have very fun and cute current reads, and then just do a couple of other little things. Like I said, it is Friday, so I do have work today. I got to sleep in a little bit today because I worked into the evening last night for a work meeting, so I gave myself some extra time this morning to get ready, and I have some administrative work that I need to get done throughout the rest of this day just to wrap it up for the week and prepare myself for next work week. So I'm gonna go to a coffee shop and do that and bring you guys along for it, and then after our busy work day, it's the weekend, and so let's go ahead and get started on this fun little weekend vlog that we have ahead of us. Today we got to the coffee shop and lo and behold, I try to connect to the Wi-Fi and my laptop has like this error coming up and it's not letting me connect to Wi-Fi. I troubleshooted it for like most of the time that I was there, but I ended up on the phone with IT for like a hot minute trying to figure it out. I had to finish my coffee because we got it for there, so it was in like a mason jar. I read some of my book, took some emails on my phone, so pretty much was just working from my phone, and then we went home so that I could access some work stuff on my personal laptop, and just worked from there for the rest of the day, but was also like part-time troubleshooting my laptop. It didn't get fixed, so hopefully we'll be fixing it at the beginning of next week. IT thinks they know what's wrong with it, so we're gonna figure that out, but it just was weird. It was weird, but I ended up going to the gym, working out. You saw. Now I'm on my way to Chipotle to pick up dinner and then read for the rest of the night. We did our coordinator meeting for our wedding and it went really well. It got done in like 25 minutes and she said that is like an all-time record for them, which is so funny to me because we are pretty laid back when it comes to wedding planning. Like, we're not doing anything crazy and we don't have anything like crazy really planned or anything super specific that we want, but it's just funny because the questions to me are just so simple, like it's a yes or no, and I'm like, what do people talk about where these meetings take more than an hour long? I don't know, no judgment. I just like I don't really have that strong of an opinion on things. But on the way to Chipotle to pick up our dinner. My current read, I am in the middle of reading Wild Reverence. I started this at the beginning of the week and I just got to page 340. I'm on part 3 of the book. I believe there's 4 or 5 parts and I think it's like a little over 500 pages. So my goal is to finish it by tomorrow evening so that I can include it in my February reads. That's the goal. I'm really hoping to do that. It is already 9:16 and I want to get to page 400 so that tomorrow I have a good chance of just finishing it because I have most of the day tomorrow to finish it. I just have like a work thing in the morning that I have to go do, and then I want to read for the rest of the night. But a little quick like synopsis of this book. If you guys didn't know, this is the beautiful hardcover, by the way. It is like this artwork that goes all the way around, and then when you open it up, it is constellations. This has to do with the magic world, like the gods and stuff that are in this book. This is by Rebecca Ross, if you did not know, and it is within the Divine Rivals duology. It's within that world. So we have Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows, I believe is the second book in the duology. I absolutely love that duology. I love all of Rebecca Ross's work. That was like a 5-star duology for me. This is more like a prequel of sorts. It is within the world, but it has to do with the gods in the story of Divine Rivals, if you have read that book. And it is their stories, more of, I guess, like behind the scenes of them, so to speak. So in Wild Reverence, you are following Matilda and Vincent, and Matilda is a goddess. She is born from the father of a skyward and the mother of an underling, which is not common at all. It's also not common that gods are typically born this frequently, from my understanding. It's also, I looked it up, set 600 years prior to when Divine Rivals happened. And in Divine Rivals, the gods are not super active. There is an active war going on between a skyward and an underling, and those two are in this book, which is also really cool to read about them and more of like their background and who they are, and you see they interact a little bit more. But in Divine Rivals, they are kind of more like a backdrop in a way. Like, you do know about the war, they talk about them, and the gods are actively fighting against each other, but it's not, I don't want to say the main plot, but they're not like people that you interact with in the book very often. You're very much in the mortal realm in Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows. So this one, of course, like I said, is more set with the gods explaining their backgrounds and when they were all super active, because from my memory, they're not all active in Divine Rivals, if I remember correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong. The gods are not active, if you know what I mean. I'm pretty sure they're like sleeping or something, and I don't think that's a spoiler. And then you're also following Vincent in this as well. So you're following Matilda and you're getting the background knowledge of all the gods and goddesses from the Skyward and the Underrealm, but you're also following Vincent, who is immortal, and him and Matilda are connected in some way, and then they're like navigating that as a whole too, because the thing about immortals that differs from mortals is that immortals, like Matilda, they do not trust people. They're not vulnerable with anyone. Immortals will kill each other for each other's powers. It is not like a very loving and trusting community by any means, and so it's very vulnerable to be connected to anybody. And she has this connection with Vincent, and now it's like causing this whole turmoil and chaos in the mortal realms, and everyone is crazy. Like, all these other gods and goddesses are so wild, so there's a lot happening even just between the mortals themselves, and you kind of follow them and their journey and how they're navigating that. And I really actually have genuinely no idea how this ends, but I am so scared it's gonna break my heart, because I am very much loving both Matilda and Vincent right now, and I need my babies to be okay. I don't know if I'm like maybe misremembering something in Divine Rivals that maybe mention Matilda and Vincent. I read it like a couple years ago, so I don't know. This could be a whole new surprise for me. I could be just absolutely forgetting, but regardless, I'm loving it. I'm loving the writing, and so far I recommend, and I'm almost done with it. I probably would say I'm like 70-ish% of the way into it, and I recommend. I'm very, very into it, so I'll keep you guys posted on my progress for tonight. I'm also in the middle of actually listening to an audiobook. I'm listening to The House in the Cerulean Sea. I have 5 hours and 27 minutes left. I've been listening to this for a few weeks now. It is like the only audiobook that I've been listening to this month, and it's just like one of those things where like if I'm in the car driving for a long time, I'll put it on for a little bit. But honestly, the chapters are really long, so like this one chapter that I've been on for a minute is over an hour long, so I'm getting through it slowly but surely, and I am enjoying it. I will just say it's a very descriptive book, and so listening to the audiobook, it kind of like drags a little bit. But not to say it's not good. It's very good so far. It's very cute and heartwarming, and I'm very much enjoying it. So I would like to finish that eventually too. But that's where I am, and I'll keep you guys posted on where I get in Wild Reverence tonight. I am tired. It is 11 o'clock at night, and I'm not processing anything on the page anymore. I got to page 374. So tomorrow will be go time. Tomorrow will be go time to finish this book. I like hate to look at the last page because no spoilers. It's like 520 something. 520-ish pages. And on page 374, so tomorrow truly is go time for finishing Wild Reverence, and I'm very, very excited too. It's very good. Those are my thoughts right now. I'm so tired. I need to go to bed. A day. I woke up this morning and had my work thing to do that I mentioned earlier, and then after that, what did I do? We had to take our cat to the vet because he's just had like dry skin and has been itchy, and so we just wanted to make sure everything was okay. Learned that we have to get a special shampoo to now bathe him, which I think will be very interesting, because if you have a cat, or you know, not a chill cat that probably wouldn't like water to be bathed, you understand. I'm a little concerned there, skeptical about how bath time is gonna go moving forward, but I'll keep you guys posted when we do it. And then I've just been hanging out on the couch and reading. We're almost done watching Bridgerton, but Matt had to go pick up a grocery order from Walmart, and so we had to pause. We have like 20 minutes left of the entire season. I will say Bridgerton this season, I've loved it. I don't know if that's like a hot take, but I feel like I haven't seen many people talking about it, and the people that have been talking about it have disliked it. I personally find it very sweet and endearing, and I like the main characters. Like, Benedict hasn't always been my favorite brother by any means, but I like the story. I like the Queen's story right now, and Lady Danbury. Like, I just like these characters. And of course, like, Anthony and Kay will always be like my favorite characters in my favorite season, and they're not in this season as much, but like, it's not their story anymore, and I am finding it to be pretty interesting so far, and I like it. I just think like maybe the pacing could have been a little bit better. That's my only kind of qualm with it right now, but we're almost done with that. We'll be finishing that up when he gets back home. And then, like I said, I've been on and off reading Wild Reverence. I'm on page 414, and I said earlier there's like 520 pages. It's like 7 o'clock right now, so I'll definitely be finishing it tonight, but I'm still very much enjoying it. I really, really like it. We're getting, like, I think I said this earlier, but I genuinely don't know how this is going to end, like how we're going to wrap this up and what's going to happen to Matilda and Vincent. Because like I said, for Divine Rivals, like, you see it 600 years into the future and you have like an idea of what happens to the gods, but like, just for the resolution of this story, I'm like, I don't remember. I don't know. I have no idea, actually. So I love it, and I think it's so whimsical, and I do like the magic system and the magic world and how that is being built up. I think it's very interesting thinking of like gods and how they treat each other, and the way that Rebecca Ross has written this so far has just been very good. So still highly recommend. I will say though that this book, it's like very, like, over 500 pages for a fantasy book is not uncommon. It's not too long, I would say. There's obviously fantasy books that are like 700-800 pages, whatnot, but I will say for how long this book is, it's still a page turner, and I feel like there's constantly something happening, and like, I don't feel like there's anything where it's like, oh, I could have gone like without this chunk, or the pacing's been weird, or like it could have been shorter. Like, I think so far it's actually been the most perfect length, and we're getting enough of the story and the depth of each character that it's felt like I've actually been living in this world with them and going on the journey with them. I think if it had been any shorter, it would have been too short. But I'm also getting to the point where I'm like, okay, we need to like resolve the issues that we've been having, and we're getting, like, I'm almost done with the book, so I feel like it's going to end up being the most perfect length, which I absolutely love, because it does look like a beast of a book, and it is a beast of a book. Like, the margins are pretty You know, like it takes me a minute to read these pages. They're pretty long and big and a lot of words on the pages, but this is damn near a 5-star read from me. So I'm trying not to hand out too many 5 stars, but I feel like I handed out a ton of 5 stars in January. I don't think I've handed out one in February yet. I'm still going back and forth on And Now Back to You because I keep thinking about it, and I gave it a 4.5 stars in my last video, but I don't know, I feel like it was a 5-star. I don't know. I have to keep debating that one, but this one also has potential to be a 5-star for me, so that's very exciting. Good morning. Happy Sunday. I slept in this morning, which was very much needed. And then we went and got coffee from a place called Good Bones in Denver. I just got a nice vanilla latte, which is my go-to, and it is very delicious. I'm very pleased with it. I thought because it's a beautiful day out, though, I could take some time to now sit down and review Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross, which you guys saw that I finished last night. And I finished it right on the dot at like 11:24, so I was able to fit it into my February TBR, which is very exciting. It was definitely a challenge to like get so many pages read in a short amount of time last night, but I did it, and it made it really easy because I was obsessed with this book. I ended up rating it a 4.5 stars, and I'll kind of start off by saying it wasn't a 5 stars because I think that even though I said yesterday that the pacing felt perfect, I do think towards the end I was getting a little fatigued with everything, and it did feel slightly repetitive. And so I did think the length ended up having an effect on me a little bit. And then also there was parts of the relationship that I had felt were just didn't really click for me in the beginning of the story. I think definitely towards the end, I felt that emotional tug and pull of the relationship that we were following, and it had like an emotional impact on me. But I think in the beginning, the way that it was set up was very fast for me, and it almost happened instantaneously. And I kind of need a little more build up than that to fully believe in a relationship that is that intimate, if that makes any sense. So those were just some points that were kind of weighing on me throughout the book that made it not so much a 5-star read, but 4.5 stars is still an amazing review. I absolutely devoured this book. It kind of made sense that it would be close to a 5-star rating because Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows were 5-star books for me, and it's not so closely connected to the books. Like, it's in an interconnected standalone, so you don't have to read Divine Rivals or Ruthless Vows in order to read Wild Reverence and vice versa, but it definitely adds more to the story in terms of like the background and the gods, and it's just another romance novel within this world. And I would say Matilda and Vincent are not prevalent in Divine Rivals or Ruthless Vows, but you have other side characters like Enva and Dacker that you meet in this book that are prevalent in Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows. And so it definitely adds to the story in that regard, but it's just a very whimsical, magical fantasy romance book, and I have been missing that for so long now. I don't think I've read a book that has felt this whimsical in so long. And so if you're looking for that magical, whimsical kind of like for like if you're looking for like a magical, whimsical, forbidden romance from an immortal goddess to a mortal man, this definitely served in every single regard. And the writing, again, like the prose and the poetry and all the things that Rebecca Ross is able to put into her story that adds so much more. Like there were so many lines in this book that I was like, how did she come up with that? Like, how did she make that a metaphor for their love? Like, how did she weave these words together? It's absolutely insane. I've read every single book by Rebecca Ross, and I will 100% recommend anyone to read any of her books. It doesn't even matter, and this one is no exception to that. I don't know. I'm just kind of raving about it at this point, and I think everyone should read it. Yeah, it was just a beautiful romance, and it definitely had that tug and pull for me where it wasn't like absolutely devastating for me. It definitely had a satisfying ending, but I did feel that forbidden romance being like a main like pull in the book, if that makes any sense. But yes, that is Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross. I am so happy that I picked it up when I did. I had this sitting on my shelf for quite some time. I think a few months. It came out either last year or the end of 2024. I can't exactly remember. And I wanted it to be just like the perfect time for me to pick it up because I wasn't in the mood for like a fantasy romance in that way. And I wanted to give it like its best opportunity for me to rate it how it should be rated, and to enjoy it to its full capabilities. And so I'm so glad that I waited until I felt it was the right time to read it. And yeah, I actually would love to reread it one day. And it also made me kind of want to re-pick up Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows because I read those probably 2 years ago at this point now. And I love those stories and I think it's so beautiful. And in the end, it definitely is like a full circle moment. There's an epilogue that ties it more closely knitted into Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows. So again, if you are a fan of that duology, I think you would really enjoy this story. But yeah, that's that on my last February read. Now it is March 1st, and I have an idea of what my March TBR is going to be, but I'm not going to go over it in this video just yet because I think a couple of the books are going to be a part of future challenges that I want to do for my physical TBR takedown that I've been in the middle of filming. So Wild Reverence was my 22nd book that I needed to complete on my physical TBRs. Now I have 21 books left, which is super exciting, and I have a few video ideas and challenges that I want to do that kind of like tie into that whole series that I'm filming. So not going to quite go over what my TBR is for March yet because of that, but I probably won't be reading that much this upcoming month because I have a lot of exciting and fun things going on, but I'm going to be pretty busy in the month of March. And so I want to give myself enough time to read the few books that I really do want to read in this upcoming month. So that is that on that. I don't have anything going on this beautiful Sunday. I might go on a walk because as you can tell, it is like gorgeous and sunny and like probably going to get up to like 70 degrees out today, which is insanity. But yeah, it's just going to be a chill Sunday and I'll probably end up starting to like edit this vlog later today. So I'll just bring you guys along for whatever we decide to do. Now, because it's Sunday and also the first of the month, I'm going to fill out my planner for the month of March. And I like this planner because it focuses on the month overall, where I can fill out everything that I'm doing. And then I can also go in and fill out my week, and then it'll go by the day after that. So I'm going to spend some time doing that and planning for my month ahead. officially completed most of my tasks that I have to do today for Sunday, so I'm going to take that as a sign to wrap up this video and start editing it now, since I don't have a ton of time during the week this week to start doing that. All I'm gonna be doing for the rest of the day, I mean, I went on my walk, we ended up getting a smoothie. I got a peach pump there, which is so good if you're ever like in Denver. I don't know, I'm assuming maybe Rush Bowls is outside of Denver. I have no idea, but I got the peach pump. Their smoothies are so good. Their smoothie bowls are incredible as well. Walked back around to our apartment, and then I was just listening to my audiobook of The House in the Cerulean Sea while I was like doing laundry and stuff around the apartment. And yeah, I have like 4.5 hours left at that. I will give you guys a sneak peek into the next book that I plan on reading. It is a part of like one of the reading challenges I was talking about. Just Our Luck by Denise Williams. I will be talking about this more in depth in another video, but I did get this for free from Berkeley Romance, so thank you so much for the free copy. I got it a few months ago, I believe, and I'll have to look up when the release date is because I know I got it as an advanced reader copy, but I'm just now picking it up and I'm very excited to read it. It is a romance. It has to do with like somebody winning the lottery, I believe, and then I think the guy is like a donut shop like baker, so I'm very excited to get into it. And yeah, I don't know. I've been in the mood to watch a movie recently, but I want to watch like a scary movie, and I feel like there haven't been too many good scary movies that have come out, so I'm gonna have to do my research there. But I also want to watch Challengers. I haven't watched that yet, and that's like I need to watch it. I don't know why I haven't watched it. I'm like, that is like a movie that I know I would be obsessed with, so I don't know. We'll see what this night brings me. That is going to conclude my weekend vlog. Thank you guys so much for coming along with me. I hope you guys had a fun time. And yeah, keep an eye on my channel for more physical TBR takedown videos and some other fun, cool vlogs like this. I hope you enjoyed. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching if you have watched up until this point. And I'll see you next time. Bye.